Welcome back, everyone, to more of our custom career mode and career experience. And normally we'd like to talk about our team balance here at the beginning of the video, but we're getting an error. Not to worry though. We'll take care of that here in just a moment, but I did want to show you this screen because it's going to be changing very shortly. Not just because we're going to get rid of the error, but because we might be making some changes to what series we're participating in, and perhaps a bit more driver investment is just around the corner. So with that in mind, let's hop over to Series 7 and finish off our season. So I've gone ahead, I copy pasted, finally got the computer to agree with me about the copy paste. So we're good to go there, and even got our championship in there. So we picked up about 64 grand there for our finishes in the championship. Again, 4, 5, and 7 is hard to complain a whole lot. Now, we did have several races where we had damage, and you can see some of those here. I've taken care of that, but let's look real quick at why we're getting the error. And you might be noticing exactly where that's coming from right over here. It's because we added more teams, but didn't add sponsors for those teams. So we're going to do that right now. So let's go ahead and scroll over. So if you ever get errors in here, and I'm sure from time to time it will happen, just calm down for a moment, take a look at what you've done recently, and see if you can immediately tell. And in this case, we don't have any sponsors, so we're definitely going to get some error messages. All right, so here we're looking for, well, we've had sponsors in the 17,000 range before, so we're looking for that or better. And instantly, Johnson & Johnson, I love it. 19 grand for a very long time. That is easily the best one we have available. So let's go ahead and grab that. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to fill out all the sponsors for each team at one time. And oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Seems like here recently it's been hot and cold with these sponsors because, one time we'll get a great sponsor and the next time it seems like we're getting something like this for sponsorships, which is not exactly what we're looking for. Oh, Hobby Lobby. Okay, I'll take Hobby Lobby. Their money spends just like everybody else. All right, let's see what we get. So far, not too bad. We've had at least some decent ones to choose from. Trader Joe, they heard about us. They wanted to be on the side of the car. All right, we got one more here for Team 1, and then we'll take care of some of these error messages for the other teams here. Okay, that's not too bad. Puma or Jersey Mike's. Of course, Jersey Mike's is looking good to me because of the long length on the sponsorship deal, but that will certainly come in handy into next season. So now we need to pick up sponsors for Team 2 and Team 3. So, okay, Starbucks, you win the day here. So we're all getting free coffee. I think that's what that means, right? Sponsored by Starbucks, you're supposed to get free coffee. All right, up next, who we got? We got Gamestop with the most money. Not that they have any money to be spending right now. All right, okay, so far so good. All right, I'll take this. This is not bad. We're getting not necessarily the maximum deals each time, but we're getting enough that I am pretty happy about it, I must say. So again, a couple in the 17s, 15, that's not bad at all. We'll go ahead and grab Kroger here. Oh, some free groceries. Now that I like. I spend quite a bit of money on groceries. When you got the number of kids I got, it takes some money in groceries. All right, Rockstar. Oh, we know what that means. If we're getting that sponsorship deal from Rockstar, maybe they'll even provide us not just with some games, but maybe some PCs to play them on. That would be nice. I can certainly get behind an idea like that. Now, Delta Airlines, I'm not crazy about flying. Okay, I'm not crazy about flying, but if they let us go to some nice places for free, I might have to change my mind. And then, lo and behold, we'll have somewhere to stay when we get there from Hilton Hotels. I like it. I like it. Okay, so now team number 3. This is one of my favorite parts to do simply because it is so random and you just know that sometimes you're going to get great offers. Other times, well, kind of like now. Nothing really jumps out as amazing. But, well, Salesforce, we appreciate you stepping up and coming aboard. All right, so let's hope for better luck this time around. We need some better money. Okay, Procter & Gamble. Salesforce came back with another offer, but it just wasn't what we were looking for. But they are free to come back anytime with better offers. I will definitely listen. We're not running anybody off. I will continue to say that money spends just the same. All right, ooh, Hershey's in the 18,000 range. Okay, not bad. Hobby Lobby, also a good offer. But Hershey's, yeah. Yeah, no more munchies when we get to the racetrack and all that downtime that we've got in between race, qualifying, practices, hot laps, all that. We got a lot of downtime there. We know how we're going to be feeling that time. Now, we may have to do some more upgrades to the car to handle the extra weight from our drivers. Okay, there we go. So now the season is officially complete. So now if we go back to the top of the screen, lo and behold, our money is back. Errors are gone, money is back. We come back to the home screen and we have a very nice number staring back at us. 7.8 million. Now in today's video, we're not going to be running any races for the new season. We'll save that to the future. Instead, today is all about where do we go from here. We're currently running 3 series. Okay, one of the things we're going to be doing is we're going to hop over to Series 6 and we're going to get into the dirt late models. But if we get into the dirt late models and move our drivers forward, well, that's going to mean some other things. Some other dominoes are going to have to fall. Driver training is going to have to happen. And what do we do with our midget team? I mean, it's already established. It's a Tier 1 team. We don't want to just stop using it. So what I plan to do is we're going to focus on 2 to 3 series at a time. And that's it. As we move forward, for example, out of the dwarfs this time, as we move our drivers up into the dirt super lates, we're going to keep this series going. I'll hire some fictitious drivers. I would hire some more real drivers, but they're already spoken for over here in the series relative performance. They're all already in here. So to save from having to, unless there's some I really want to get, then we'll leave these alone and I'll generate some fictitious names and we'll use those. But I won't necessarily show these series that we're not focused on very often. We might see them from time to time just as a summary of how things are going and how much money they may or may not be making for us. But overall, we're not going to focus on them. So you're not going to see them a whole lot. We're going to feature 2 or 3 series at a time to try to keep some sanity here in the series. So back to the home screen. One thing I definitely want to do is upgrade this marketing level. Because the Cup Series, as we continue to move forward and try to get into higher level series, we're going to need the Cup Series to provide a serious amount of money. Because obviously the lower tier series, as we've seen with the Dirt Midgets, they just don't make that much money. Now you're seeing a big number here because we ran a lot of races and had several teams. But over time, if we had run that same number of races in the Cup Series, we'd be making a lot more money if we get our marketing level where it needs to be. So all things equal, we want to be in the higher tier series where we can make more money and provide for expansion. So the midgets, we're going to be, let's go ahead and do that, in fact. let's go ahead and move our drivers. So we're going to say goodbye to the midgets with all three of our drivers who did very well. I am not disappointed at all in their performance. Now, of course, we'd love to win a championship. No doubt about that. Let's go ahead and drop 2 and 3 in there. Now, we're here in case you're wondering, Dirt Super Late Model. It's where we are, series number 6 on our board. And so we scroll across. So let's go ahead and get all of the upgrades for a 3-car team. Again, we're just using 3-car team instead of the 4. And with the Dirt Late Models, once again, we'll be able to get by with just one chassis. Although I'm sure in real life, they have a few different chassis types depending on the length of the track and so forth. But I feel very good about just having one chassis. Okay, so we spent some money, about $1.4 million. We've got our drivers in here. We're going to need to do some performance upgrades as well, so we'll need some money from that. But for right now, we've gotten the basics taken care of. We're down to $3.9 million. Now, we want to hop in and do some driver upgrades. I want to do those first. Not because they have the highest impact, because they do not. The team would have the highest impact. But I want to do this because ultimately this career mode is about bringing, there we go, is about bringing these ladies through the career along with any other drivers we decide we want to move up. All right, so we'll start with Kaylee. And again, taking a look at the top. Okay, these numbers are still fairly low. Remember, these are from the original version 1 of the Career Experience. They are definitely higher than this in version 2. But I've kept the numbers the same since we had already had our career going. All right, so level 21. So now we're going to do a little copy paste. Now that you've seen a few different examples of exactly how this works using the drop down menu, I'm just going to speed things up a little bit with a little copy paste. Okay, so now we've spent some money. All three of them are now level 21, which is awesome. We head back over to series number 6. It shows level 21. Salary is now adjusted. It also means that our salary will not be changing now because they are now the highest level of driver for that particular series. So we come back to the home screen, check on our money. We're at $3.4 million. And I'm telling you, I'm looking hard at this level 14 for marketing. I'm looking very hard at it. So what else might we need? Well, we're going to need to see what kind of shape we're in against the other drivers and other teams now that we are in the Dirt Super Late. So let's hop over to the series relative performance. We go to the Dirt Super Lates and you see, wait a minute, there's nothing in here. Well, I'll be taking care of that. Don't you worry. But for right now, there is nothing in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop our drivers right in here into the driver name column, starting with 37. So we'll just do a quick paste in there. Then we come over to our, so now you're getting a little behind the scenes in how you set up a series. Go to our manufacturers and teams. And remember, we talked about this a couple of videos ago. I already have our teams set up in all of these different areas. So here's the Dirt Super Lates. We'll grab them without paying any attention to their performance right now and what kind of luck we may or may not be having there. All right, so we've got 3 teams. We'll paste that in there, and you see that's going to drop in. This is the manufacturer, and it cuts off a little bit, but I'm leaving that right there. I'm not going to expand that so that we can always see the tier. Now, you notice it shows us as a tier 1, and of course it would because everybody else just has the bare minimum defaults since it's all blank. But like I said, I will take care of that before we come back together next time. In fact, we might even be able to do it today. I don't want to run quite as long in today's video. I want this one to be a little bit shorter since we're in between seasons here, but I will be taking care of that. Okay, in fact, let's leave that there. Come over to 6. Now, we don't quite know yet about that, but what I'm going to do, because preemptively I know we need this. All right, once I add all the teams in there, we are at the bottom for this particular series. I've done that with all of our teams by default because I wanted us to have to pay for upgrades. I wanted us to have to do player adjustments. So I'm going to go ahead and drop these in here. And we're just going to do that. And I'll do a quick copy paste, even though it would probably been quicker just to type it. So I know we're going to need that. So now let's come back. And we need to actually pay for this. So you can see, again, lower tier series doesn't cost that much money. So once we put purchase in there, $365,000. Isn't it nice that we're at a point right now in this career where I can say $365,000 isn't that much money? Because we're still left with $3 million. And I'm quite happy about that. So $3 million, we've got some choices. Now, one of the things we're going to want to do is eventually, well, we've been spending a lot of time here in the super late models, and we've got some drivers here that might be interested in moving up. In fact, Sammy Smith for sure has shown speed to move up. But that would be some more driver training, and we would move up to ARCA. And moving up to ARCA is going to be fairly expensive. In fact, it cost us about $4.2 million to go ahead and get a full 4-car team, or about 3.4 just for the facilities. So we're going to hold off on that. So Sammy Smith has earned it, but because we're only focusing on a few series at a time, let's hold off on doing that. Let's leave the super lates alone for right now. And we'll just keep using the super lates because I really want to focus on the dirt super lates now. Oops, wrong one. The dirt super lates now that we've got our 3 new drivers in here. All right, so that's kind of how I want to play this. So then I will fill in the schedules. We'll take care of all of that before we're together next time. So what that leaves me with is $3 million, and I simply believe the best way to spend it is to upgrade our marketing level once again. That's going to give us 2 additional marketing levels in the Cup Series, and that's going to mean a lot more money, or at least the potential for a lot more money through our sponsorship deals. Now, in order to show this, let's see if we can hop over real quick and do this. It also mentions that we're nearly done spending money on the marketing level. We're nearly at the top. We have one more level to unlock. So here we've been looking at deals 125, 123, not too bad. Let's go ahead and, just for fun, generate. That's your difference. $331,000. We're looking at almost triple what we were making. You think that's not going to make a huge difference when we get over here to the profit and loss side of things? So yeah, that's why I was so interested in doing that. We're going to make money hand over fist in the Cup Series moving forward. And of course, that's going to make everything better. So that is how I want to end today's video. We had a plan, we've executed the plan, and it is going extremely well. So our 3 series moving forward that we're going to focus on will be our Cup, Super Late, and the Dirt Super Late. Those are going to be the 3 for right now, but in the future, we have so much more planned. We're moving drivers up, we're moving teams up, we're hiring more drivers, we're doing it all here in our custom career mode.